Hello, and welcome to the Whole Woman Within talk show. I'm your host, Lady Barbara Thompson. Let me tell you a little bit about me. I am an author and a writer. I have authored 8 books, written 2 screenplays, and 1 stage play. I have over 20 years' experience in radio as a host and co host. Now, I'm excited today to bring you the first episode of the Whole Woman Within talk show. Now, the show will center around women, but not limited to women. I am excited to have 2 special guests with me here today to help me celebrate this groundbreaking, phenomenal moment of my very first episode of the Whole Woman Within talk show. I'm going to introduce them to you. I have evangelist Jeanette Ross and I have Brenda Tony. Now, Brenda Tony has been married for 38 years. She has 3 adult children, 4 grandchildren. Now, she recently retired from Walt Disney World and Disney's Cruise Line after working 27 years. Brenda is enjoying this phase of her life. Brenda is now leading a global and international prayer force ministry under the leadership of Tony Owens Ministry. Thank you, Brenda, for being here. Now, evangelist Jeanette Ross is a woman that preaches the word of God, and she has a ministry for hurting and bruised women. Jeanette goes into the jails, she goes into the street, the marketplace, and wherever a door opens, she is excited about spreading the word of God. Thank you, Jeanette, for being here. All right, so now we're going to jump right into our topic of the whole woman within. And today I'm going to bring you this topic from my book, Why We Do the Things Our Mothers Did. Have you ever found yourself doing the same thing that your mom did? Well, I did. And let me tell you how the story begins. One day it was pouring down raining outside, raining like cats and dogs. All of a sudden, I remembered that my mother used to catch this rainwater. She would go and get this rainwater every year and wash our hair. She claimed it made our hair grow. Whether it did or not, I don't know. But I found myself doing the same thing my mother did. I jumped up, got a bucket, ran outside, caught the rainwater, and when I came back in, I was soaking wet. I say, why do we do the things our moms did? And from that moment, I knew I wanted to work on a book. So, ladies, thank you so much for being here to help me celebrate this topic. Okay, and we're going to go through the book and we're going to go ahead and move right along because the book has 13 chapters and there's no way we could cover everything in such a short period of time. But the 3 things we are going to talk about is the sayings of our mothers. Have you ever heard some of those sayings repeated that you know your mom said? You know that came from somebody's mother or somebody's grandmother. We're going to talk about some of her sayings. We're going to talk about some of our funniest memories of our mom. And then we're going to talk about the things we found ourselves doing that our mothers did. And I just want to read a little of the sayings from this book before we get started. Experience is the best teacher. You get what you pay for. True. Birds of a feather flock together. I've heard that one, definitely. Yeah. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. That's a new one to me. Yep. Stop wasting time. You can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. Oh, yes. Okay, so can one of you ladies tell me one of the sayings that your mom said? Brenda, can you tell me one of the sayings that you remember that your mom would say?
One of my mom's favorite, or not her favorite, but one of the things I hear her say every time when there's a big amazement of something that happened or something that we're telling her that it's kind of like catch her by surprise. Well, she would just yell out, "Great daddy."
Oh my goodness.
Great daddy.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know where she got that from, but it's always, she always says it.
Wow.
So, yeah. So
okay. Well, that's
to
great.
me, that's funny.
Well, that's one of her sayings. And, you know, I remember hearing the word "great day" a lot, you know, and they probably could have cut down the word daddy and changed it to "great day," you know. So, you know, people take things and they move them around Yeah, so that's good. Let me just read a couple of more. Don't put all your peas in one basket. Never say what you will not do. You've got to crawl before you walk. Definitely.
Yep.
Mind your own business. Oh
Oh
my
yeah,
God.
it's a good one.
That's a good one. I had to bite my lip. Okay. Put up or shut up.
Put
You
up or
remember
shut
that
up.
one?
Oh, I
Put up
remember
or
that.
shut up.
Oh
Put
yeah.
your money where your mouth
Mouth
is.
is.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. And Jeanette,
Yes.
when it comes to you remembering what your mom used to say, I think I remember us talking about the door or something being open. Can you tell us about that?
Every Saturday, Soul Train used to come on, and every time Soul Train come on, I'll let her know if Smokey Robinson's on. But she always loved Smokey Robinson, and I would tell her Smokey Robinson is on, and she would run to the front room and sit down and get her fan,
Okay.
but she loved herself some Smokey
Oh
Robinson.
my goodness. Okay.
So
And
that's
she
what
just
the secret
start
was.
fanning. Okay. That sounds well, I'm sure as mature women, we probably all know why she needed a fan if Robinson was on the set.
No, that's
But I
right.
remember back in the day, my mother loved herself some Al Green.
Al Green.
Oh, let's stay together. She loved some Al Green, I tell you. So that is great. Okay.
Uh-huh.
But I just want to take a moment to let you know that this is the book. And if you need more information about how to get this book, you want to email me at mookies@att.net. That is MOUKEES at ATT.net. Now, everyone should have a copy of this book for their mother. You should have a copy of this book in your library because there are so many exciting stories about this book. And I remember that, sometimes we need a confirmation,
Yes.
to
Yes.
do certain
So
things.
true.
But a true story, I remember that after that morning when I ran outside and caught the rain, I went to church the very next day. My pastor was preaching, like preachers do, the Honorable Bishop Danny Williams. Let me definitely say his name. And he began to tell this story about a man and his wife. And he said that the husband asked the wife, honey, why do you cut the ends of your roast off? And the wife said, because my mother did it. So she went to her mom and asked her mom, Mom, why do you cut the ends of your roast off? Well, she said, because my mom did it. Now, he's telling this story, had no idea that the day before, I've
Right.
said in my mind that I'm doing the same thing my mom did,
Wow.
and I'm going to start working on a book. So finally, they asked the right mom, I guess, why she cut the end off her roast. And she said, because the pan was too small. Now, whether it's a true story or not, I don't know. But sometimes we
Yeah,
just find
that's true.
ourselves
Yeah.
doing the
Same
same
thing. Same
thing
thing.
that our moms did. Oh my God. So now, getting back to that topic, Brenda, have you ever found yourself doing the same thing that your mother did?
Well, back in the day, way back, my mom would always tell us, don't leave out the house with your clothes wrinkled.
Okay.
So you got to iron your clothes.
Okay.
And so, I mean, even today, I do the same thing. Make sure
Yes.
that the clothes is ironed. And, my grandson even mentioned, early on, he said, what is an iron? Kids today, they don't even know what an iron is because,
Wow.
have the
Oh my
wash machine,
God.
the dryer, they
Yes,
just throw
yes,
things in.
yes,
But yeah, but she said,
wow.
always make sure that your clothes are
Okay,
is
now,
ironed.
now that just prompted my memory to something I had in the book that says, did you know that our moms used to boil their clothes on top of the stove to make sure they were clean? I think I may need to do that a little bit because, sometimes this detergent, it
Yeah,
just
it
don't
don't
do
do
the
it.
job,
Don't do the job.
So I think I may have to pick that one up and go ahead and boil. I'm gonna try that and
Yeah.
see if that really works.
Some of those old remedies,
Yes.
they work.
Yes,
so,
yes.
yeah.
And I was thinking about that when you said that your grandson didn't know what an iron is. I guess we take for granted that
Yeah.
these children probably
Yeah,
know what
that's
we
true.
know, and really they don't
They
know.
don't know.
They have no idea. Wow, that
Yeah.
is so amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there are so many things that I remembered about my mother, so many things. Jeanette, is there anything that you remember about your mom that you want to tell us about? I remember about the cups.
Oh,
That yes, you
yes.
mentioned something to me about the
Yes,
cups. Can you
yes.
tell us about that
Sure
story?
can.
Yes.
Okay, we had 5 people in our household. So she decided, because everybody would take cups and put them here, put them there, put them here. So she decided everybody's cup is going to be this color, that color, this color, that color. You cannot get another cup from grown people to small kids. So we had our cups, and the same cup you drink out of, you would have to also wash.
Okay.
Wow.
So yes, I found myself doing the same thing.
Oh my God, or at
Yeah.
least trying, right? Boy, I would have saved a lot of money on buying styrofoam
Yes,
cups.
yes.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, had I known about that, I think I would have tried that. And
Yeah.
I think we were saying maybe, our
Yeah. Our
grandchildren not gonna go
grandchildren,
for that.
yeah. But
Man,
it's a
I
good
can
try,
see
though.
them now, like mom. They'll give you some intelligent educational reason why that we should not do this, mom.
That's so true.
Yes. Well, I tell you what, ladies, we're gonna take a break and come right back. Okay? Thank
Okay.
you. All right. Hello, yes. And I would like to let you know where you can buy any of my books, any of my products. You want to go to the House of Dream website, and that is the House of Dreams, and Dreams is spelled DREAMZ. There is a Z on the end of Dreams, thehouseofdreams.com. That is the website. You can go there to order any of Lady Barbara's products, or you can email me at my personal email, and that is mookies@att.net. Mookies, MOUKEES @att.net. All of these products are available. Just email me and I will send them to you. Just email me and I will send them out to you, or go to the website and order from the website. Again, that website is the House of Dreams, and Dreams is spelled DREAMZ with the Z at the end.com. Thehouseofdreams.com. Thank you very much. And welcome back to Why We Do the Things Our Mothers Did. Well, as we were breaking, I began to think about one of my funniest memories of my mother. Now, my mother was a dialysis patient. She went to dialysis every other day or 3 times a week, and she would take public transportation to get there. But when it was time to be picked up, she wanted her daughter to pick her up. And the reason being, mama wanted to eat. Okay, she wanted me to take her somewhere and get her some food. So her favorite place was Steak and Shake.
Okay.
So one day we went to Steak and Shake after I had picked her up, and we were almost done. We came outside and she had the milkshake in her hand. Well, lo and behold, mama stumbled over. I don't know what she stumbled over. I don't remember seeing a little block. It may have been her foot. But she stumbled over something, fell on the windshield of the car. The shake went all over the car.
Oh, wow.
She was laying there laughing, and I was standing there laughing.
Oh, wow.
I had to go inside Steak and Shake and get cups and cups of water to clean all the thick milkshake off of my windshield, because Steak and Shake makes thick milkshakes. And it was strawberry. That was her favorite, yeah. And she was just there, and we were having a ball. Now, thank God she didn't hurt herself, but that was so funny. I will never forget her being stretched out
Wow.
over that car. That was so funny to me. Yes. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, Brenda, you were telling me about something that you found yourself doing that your mother-in-law did.
Yes,
Let's hear that.
Well, I bonded early on with my mother-in-law.
Yes.
And we went to visit her, me and my husband, and she loves to bake.
Okay.
So I was in the kitchen watching her, and she began to crack the egg.
Okay.
And then I noticed she picked up a spoon, and she started to take something out of the egg. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Okay.
And she said, that little white
Okay.
slimy
I
piece.
see that part in
She
the
said,
egg.
I always take that
She
out.
always take that out.
She takes it out.
Wow. Okay.
And, you know, after I went back home and I started cooking, that thing just stuck in my
Okay.
mind. And
Okay.
I do it until today. I take that little
Wow.
white piece out of the egg,
Okay.
that little slimy piece.
Right.
And then my daughter, I noticed she's doing the same thing. You know, so
Do you know what it's for?
I really don't. She said it was she was a chemistry major and all of this. So she said
Okay.
something about, I don't know if it had to do with the, you know, part of them when the egg and the bitty and all of that.
Right.
Something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So,
Well, I often see that. Look, maybe I'll start taking it out of mine because I see it, but I don't, you know, I just
Yeah.
blend it and
but
put
just,
it in there.
you know, it's amazing
Yeah.
what you hear and
Right.
what sticks with you and
Oh,
you see it. And
my
it does look
goodness.
kind of
It
slimy.
does look kind
You
of
know, I'm like,
gross.
I'm
Yeah.
taking it out.
Yeah.
I never thought of focused on
Yeah.
eat them. I mean, I never
Yeah.
focused on the egg or taking out part of it.
And that little is so small, you don't miss it anyway.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I just take it out.
Wow. Interesting. And I just want to say one more time that this book is available. You can email me at moukes@att.net. That is MOUKEES@att.net to get your copy. We're also in the month of May, and Mother's Day is coming up soon. And also, you know, Mother's Day is celebrated that one day of the year,
Yeah.
but we know what? Mother's Day is
Every
every day.
day.
Okay,
Every day.
so you can get this book. You can buy it as a birthday gift, an anniversary gift, whatever kind of gift you want it to be, and get a copy for your mom. She'd love it because there are so many things in this book that I am telling you that I will not be able to cover today. So as our time runs out, I want to ask Jeanette, what was your favorite part of the book? And I think I remember you telling me something about your grandmother. You remember, because there is a chapter in here called A Letter to Our Grandmother. And let me say this first. I couldn't have imagined writing this book and leaving out our grandmothers, the woman who is responsible for our mother being here. And even today, grandparents have such a great responsibility. Some of them are actually doing the job all over again.
Yeah.
They didn't ask to be parents all over again, but due to unfortunate circumstances, they are having to raise up that next generation. So we do appreciate our grandparents. So tell me about your experience with your grandmother.
My grandmother was so sweet. When I got older, she helped raise me after I was raised by a family member. So she was just so loving and kind. But we as kids running through the house, leaving the door open, she would tell us, close that door. We don't live in no barn.
Okay.
Letting us know you need to shut the door because we ain't living in no barn. Because kids run in and out the door. I know y'all
Yes.
understand that.
Okay,
Absolutely.
absolutely. And tell us about the part where you say she would dance and she had a, she had a kind of like belly.
Oh,
She,
yeah.
oh yeah, tell her, oh yeah,
Oh,
oh
my
yeah, okay,
goodness.
yeah, don't leave that out.
Because she kept us laughing all the time. It was a sad moment in our house. She said, she would come downstairs. She said, oh, sugar. Ooh, baby. Yeah, y'all know it.
Yeah.
She would keep us laughing.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Wow.
Beautiful person. She passed at 102.
Wow.
Yes.
That is a centurion
amazing.
indeed. Wow, that is more.
Awesome.
Great. I'm sure probably because all that dancing.
Dancing, yeah.
Hey, that'll keep you young, right?
True.
She always gave to people.
Yes.
She loved to give to people.
Oh, that's
People wanna
wonderful.
Give them food. She loved that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Wonderful. Wonderful.
The Lord blessed her over.
Wow. Amazing. Thank God for those long years.
Oh, yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Miss Jeanette. Miss Brenda, can you tell me what was one of your favorite parts of the book?
Well, again, I want to just say thank you, Barbara,
Welcome.
for having me on your first show
Thank
and
you.
this platform with the book, Why We Do the Things Our Mothers Did.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
I read it once, and I had to read it again before this.
Thank
and,
you.
You know, it just brought back so many memories of my
you.
mom. My mom is a sweet 87 years old.
Wow.
She's just feisty. She's
Okay.
smart. She's sassy.
Okay.
I mean, if you say anything, she got a word
Okay,
back
she's
with it. I
quick.
mean, she doesn't take it. You know, so I love that
Okay.
about her. She was adopted
Okay.
at an early age. She went through a lot of different things.
Okay.
But she got married also
Yes, I
at
remember.
14 years old.
Wow, that's
And she
young.
will tell you, I didn't get married because I was pregnant. And she
Okay.
made sure, because you know, that's a misnomer when you're
Right, that's what you
14
would think.
and getting
Yes.
married. But my
Right.
dad was 17 years old. He met at some church picnic.
Okay.
And, you know, he had
Okay.
his eye on her. And yeah, but
Mm.
so she, you know, he courted her.
Right.
And my grandfather gave her permission to get married. Yeah,
Okay.
so she did. And, you know, she was just a hard worker. And she must have been wise.
Right.
Because after that, she had her first child at least a year and a half later.
Right.
And ended up having 5 others. So it was
Okay.
6 of us. One passed. But
Okay.
she worked very hard. She was a housekeeper. So
Okay.
she, you know, cleaned rooms.
Sounds
you
like
know
a source of
a
strength.
source of
woman as
strength.
a
And I
source
just
of
watched her, you
strength.
know,
Yes.
and she cooked when she
Mhm.
came home from work, and then she got smart. She
Okay.
said, Brenda, she used me. I was the
Okay.
middle child. You're going to cook. So
Ah,
she learned
okay. She taught.
how to cook. She taught me how to
Okay.
cook. There's so
Wow.
many things you can learn from your mother.
Yes. Okay.
And so, you know, I was the one that came home from
Okay.
school,
Mhm.
cooked for my entire family. But I
Wow.
owe a lot of that to her and things that she instilled in me. And
Right.
now you know, I'm a good cook. I
Yes.
consider
Yes.
myself a good
Well,
cook.
that's great.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I know
So
you told me that she was a source of strength for you and that that was your favorite, part in the book. I remember you telling me that. And it is amazing how women have been known to be the pillar,
yes,
for so many of the children to lean on. Even sometimes they're the pillar for their husbands
yes,
to lean on, because there's something about a woman having that inner strength. And when I think about my mom, how she was a dialysis patient, and how she was determined. Every other day she'd get up and she'd go to dialysis. And there was a lot of times she didn't want to go, but she knew that I have 7 children. There were
Yeah.
7 of us. And none of us was grown at the time, and she had to keep going for us. I remember asking her, Mom, why do you keep going? And she said, because I want to see. And she said her prayer was that she would live to see all of her children get grown.
Wow.
And she did. Thank God he answered that prayer for her. But my mom was just amazing. She also went through brain surgery. I got a phone call once, and oh my God, I couldn't get a plane out fast enough that she had fallen. And the doctor that called me told me they had already gone in to evacuate because she was hemorrhaging in the brain. And oh my God, it was like my world had been shattered. But do you know that woman fully recovered? Being a dialysis patient,
Wow.
already with a compromised, system in her body, she fully recovered.
She was determined.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. And I say that's why I wrote that chapter about our moms being a source of strength. I'm telling you, because, when we look to our mothers, we know that they are amazing. We know that we look at them, and I remember one day looking at myself in the mirror, and it looked like this side of my face right here was turning into my mother. I say, am I gonna turn into her one day? Because I was looking just like
your
my
mom.
mother, but I am so proud to have been her daughter. She's gone on now, and I don't have her here with me, but her memories will be with me forever, and I hope that by the time you guys view this show that it brings you closer to your mom, that if you don't have a great relationship with her, that you'll start working on that relationship. Because I always say you only get one mother.
One mother.
You only get one mother,
That's so
and
true.
cherish her. I'm telling you. And a lot of times it takes us to grow up, become adults before we realize. I have a saying in here that mother knows best.
Yeah. And I was going to say, mothers, they don't stop being a mother. I
Right.
go walking, in the evenings and stuff like that. And I kind of go kind of late, dust off. So, I call my mother once, maybe 3 times a day because she lives in South
Wow.
Carolina.
Right.
But she said, Brenda, are you home yet? I'm like, nope. And she said, she said, I'm going to stay with you on the phone until you
Until
get
you get
home.
there.
Why do you leave so You
Okay.
know, before it's
See
time.
there?
You know, she
Okay.
will just you just never stop being a mother. That
Never,
instinct is in
never.
you.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. All right. This has been so amazing. I want to thank my special guest again. Thank
Thank
you all
you.
so much for taking time out of your schedule. I want to thank you for tuning in to the very first episode of the Whole Woman Within talk show. And we will be coming back again with more topics. And I just want to let you know that there is nothing missing, nothing lacking, and nothing broken in your life that you cannot get over. You are a whole woman within. Thank you.